We now have a new issue, so let's talk about that one. The potential for 300,000 UPS workers to go on strike. How involved are you in those discussions with the union and UPS?
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for mentioning the port, because those parties worked very hard for over a year and did reach a tentative agreement recently. It still has to be ratified, so the process is not over, but it demonstrates that collective bargaining works and that you can reach agreements that are, as the president often says, good for workers, where companies can profit, and that's good for the economy as a whole. And there remain other negotiations that are going on, right? That's what it means to be in an economy where workers have some power, where unions are at the table, and we are monitoring the negotiations, but trust that the parties are going to do what they need to do.
Have you spoken to UPS? Have you spoken to the union involved this week?
Yeah, I've been in touch with both parties. I've also, just in my role as acting secretary, talked to parties to these negotiations, as well as unions and employers across the economy. And so, again, I'm hopeful and know that that they're going to continue to do what they need to do, and that a fair contract is something that that everybody hopes that there can be win-wins, as we saw at the port.
Secretary Sue, I've heard that word thrown around quite a lot by this administration, this word fair. And language is important, it's meaningful. What would fair be?
Right. So this president has been very clear that fairness and equity is very important, and that we can build an economy that is fair and equitable, meaning from the bottom up and the middle out, right, where nobody gets left behind, where we invest in the middle class. Bidenomics is all about investing in America, and in particular industries like semiconductors and manufacturing and infrastructure, but also investing in American workers and also increasing competition to decrease prices. All those things are part of what President Biden believes is fair, and what we believe this jobs report demonstrates that a strong and fair economy can be.
That's all great, but we have to define what it means. For UPS specifically, and this agreement they're going to try and strike with this union, what would a fair wage increase be? Can you put a number on it?
Well, I will say the same thing that I said when I was out at the ports talking to the parties. A fair contract is one that the members are going to ratify. So a fair contract is something that that workers choose at the end of the day. And again, that process is important for the parties to be able to negotiate, to be able to stay at the bargaining table, and to be able to resolve issues. And I do believe, and as has been shown time and time again, there are win-win solutions there.
Don't we have to be careful there, though, if we start saying things like fair is whatever the union wants?
Right. So, I mean, at the bargaining table, right, there's all kinds of issues that we have seen throughout history that when workers can bargain alongside employers who are committed to, employers who understand that the best investment they can make is an investment in their workers, there's all kinds of things that can happen when it comes to wages and working conditions and benefits. And those are the kinds of things we want for every American worker, right? We want stable work. We want a path to the middle class. We want security in retirement. We want health benefits. We want leave. Those are all things that the president has prioritized. And I think those are all elements of what it means to have a good job.